Hey, it's Steve Shikatans here. July 20th, 2020. Um, Today I'm going to talk about teamwork and and what time is. So, an interesting concept of time is that we all kind of see time in different perspectives. You know, some people are maybe toward the end of their lives, and so time has a different meaning than someone who maybe is just out of high school. They feel like they have all the time in the world, which we know that's not true. But the other thing I want to talk about is teamwork. And I heard a lady told a story that when she was a little girl, she lived out on a ranch, and her dad, she might have been 7 years old, and her dad wanted to teach her something, and they were out. There was a big cow, and there was a big ant hill, and the cow stepped right in the middle of the ant hill and just completely squashed it down. And her dad, wanting to teach her something, said, "Well, I want you to stand here. I want you to sit here and watch this. Watch what these ants do, and then I'll come back and talk to you about it. But you just stay here, and I want you to stay here for the next several hours and just watch." And so she described herself watching these ants, and she said that she saw big ants and little ants, and they all came from all over. They just appeared, and they started to get to work, and they would pick things up, and they were moving things, and the anthill that was completely crushed down from that big animal stepping on it, all of a sudden just slowly started to lift back up, and it looked just as good as it did, and it was completely rebuilt. And so after several hours, she went back to the house, and her dad said, "Oh, did you watch the anthill?" And she goes, "Yes, I did." And he said, "Well, what did you learn from that?" And she said, "Well, I don't know." And so he said, "Well, what did you see?" And she said, "Well, I saw all these ants, and they were coming from all over, and they rebuilt it, and the anthill looked as good as it did before it was stepped on." He said, "So what did you learn?" And she said, "Well, I don't know." And he said, "Well, what you just learned there was teamwork, and those ants were working together to build that anthill, and there was teamwork, and there was some time involved. Teamwork takes a little bit of time, and it takes a harmony, and they all were working together." And so, as you know, what's interesting is this lady shared this story, and she ended up being a school teacher, and this story had a large impact on her life. And here she is, she's in her late 70s, and her career and her a lot of how she lived her life was based on this thing she learned out there by an animal crushing this anthill, and she used that, and it was a big impact to her, and how important teamwork was. And when you're a school teacher, there's a lot of teamwork aspects to learning, and so this was something that she learned at a real young age. I think that a lot of us learn a large part of where our beliefs are and how we do our things in our lives from the ages of like 4 to 8 years old. And sometimes we need to go back and if we had a large something that impressed us largely, and it's creating problems in our life, we need to go back and really look at that, and maybe decide as an adult that I want to change that. So and so that you can do things better. But today's topic is on teamwork, and using your time, and working in that sense of harmony, and a lot of this comes down to thinking, and sometimes you can think too much, where all you do is think, and getting your thoughts down on paper and then actually taking action and making decisions is, you know, a key element to this as well. So I'm gonna just cut this short today, but I thought I'd talk about teamwork, and have a great day today. And you know, work when you're in a situation where there's teamwork. Just go ahead and go to work and have a great attitude about it, and you'll find that you just by doing it, things will get done. So have a great day and see you next time.